Alright traders, welcome back to the channel where I tell you what trades I'm taking, what I expect next for Bitcoin. Without further ado, welcome to the new year. We have a lot to cover. We've also got a lot to do this year, a lot of money to make, and I'd love for you guys to join this journey, and it's going to be quite the adventure. Alright, so in the last video, which was actually before the new year, we made a trade, and in that trade, we made decent profit. It was more of a scalp trade, and the thumbnail is here, and I'll go over what that trade was, and what I'm expecting next, and if I'm in a position right now, okay? Because a lot of guys want to know what's happening and what's happening next, and that obviously is the main gist of it. But before we do that, hit the subscribe button so you get more and more of these videos in the future. When the market does eventually get very volatile, which it does, we usually end to go sideways for a bit before we see very large volatile times, okay? So let's begin with more or less a fresh sort of outlook on what we're seeing here. So we're just going to jump to the monthly. Okay, so what we had coming into that top was this swing failure high coming up here of this high, and we came down and we hit our monthly level. So our monthly level is right here sitting at $82,500. And this is a level I was speaking about repeatedly in the videos that I've been making, saying we're going to probably stop around this level as we were trading around 895. Everyone was trying to take longs, and I was looking for these lower regions to get into this range and then bounce from there. Now, a lot of people are seeing this as very, very weak, which undoubtedly it kind of does look like that. But let's have a deep dive into it. So on the weekly, if we chuck on a momentum metric, we can chuck on a momentum metric such as the market cipher. What we can see is we are in that zone for a potential bounce. So every part of this cycle, we've seen that when we've gotten green dots that have extended quite low, it's been a significant region for price to rebound. Now, do I still expect price to rebound? I do. I've been repeatedly saying that my validation for this specific idea is going to be losing this monthly level, okay? To preface, I do have spot positions in the market, okay? And they're right now, let's have a look at where price is. Right now, if I were to aggregate it all, my average spot buy would be around $86,000, okay? So the loss I'm willing to take is around a 5% loss on my spot position if we do hit 82. Now, the reason I'm willing to do that is because I do think we have a higher chance of going up, and I think the odds are much higher than going down. And there's obviously a risk with every trade. So that's why I say trade with caution. Don't just YOLO your money into things. But in terms of perpetual trades, I'm not in one yet, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to enter because I was in one 2 days ago and we were talking about that level. So if we got the monthly there, we can take off this one here. We can look at the weekly. So our weekly levels that are really relevant right now is 78 and $114,000 there. Nothing in here. So what this is, it's a compression band. It's a triangle that's compressing and it's going to explode soon. Okay. Now moving to daily, let's have a look at what the daily is showing us. So one up here at 92, one up here at 85, and we do technically have one down there, but I wouldn't say it's relevant. Basically what's happening is extremely tight compression. So you can see that here, and you can also see that right over here. We can just flick that on so we can have a look. And this is what it's looking like. And I guarantee you, if we just throw on a volume profile, it's going to match very nicely with what we're seeing here. So we've got the POC just above, the value area high and the value area low of this range here, and contracting within the daily. So usually when price does this, it means no one's willing to take a bet, but it also means two things. Liquidity is building up here, and here, and here, and here, and here, which normally means we have some sort of sweep up or down. Now, I am obviously leaning more bullish in terms of the midterm, but that does not mean we cannot see a flush down, take out these lows into that daily, stab back into the Fibonacci pool and take out these lows, go to the daily, and there's a little fair value gap in there. Doesn't mean we can do that. In fact, I would like to see this idea play out more. I would love to take out these lows. My line in the sand would be coming just here, because if we get any lower than 83,600, I don't want to see us be hitting 82 because I'm out. I'm out of that trade by then, okay? Because at that point, you're already violating some major trend lines. You're already destroying this trend line. And then by that time, you're probably going to have a rejection, a retest, and then reject down. So what I would like to see instead is a push down into that and then rebound up, okay? That's my ideal situation. Again, we'll assess it as we go on and I'll update you when I enter these trades. So that's that. We'll just keep those levels on. We'll move that into the daily. Now, if we look at the very, very important VWAPs. So VWAPs are showing us where the volume's converging. The volume is all centralizing in this band. You can see that it's just forming right here. This is very, very telling because it means we're going to have an explosion either to the upside or downside. And to do that and to determine what that's going to look like, we're going to have to check what the data is telling us. So we know that just off the bat, right? Just from our data here, we can see that we've got a lot of levels to the upside in terms of there's more nominal value to the upside to liquidate. However, we still have levels to the downside coming in at like 87, 86 something. So that's coming in, if we zoom in on that, that is coming in just below these levels here. So ideally we'd sweep these lows. I would love to see that because it does make sense on a liquidation cluster level, but there's definitely times where price just rockets up without doing that. And we do have very much high levels. To highlight that on an optical viewpoint, you can see that here in these zones here, but are highlighted here. So there's more liquidity to the downside locally. And yeah, that's like more prevalent right now to hit, because if we look at this, that band is sitting at around $90,000. And then over here, you've got, yeah. So you can see the values here, right? So 70, 1.5K, that's to Bitcoin value. So each side of the order book has a different amount of values, right? So I would say locally right now, it's more trend. You'd want to see the downside be hit, because you can definitely see that right now it's probably about even in terms of which side to hit. I would say that you want to hit the downside first, but we'll take it as it comes, and I will not enter a trade just yet. So fair value gaps down there, we can take that away. So putting in our weekly, our daily, we can paint a picture here. So we can zoom out a bit. The picture that we're painting to me is that we've hit a major pivot. So major pivot was hit just straight over here. We're entering ping pong, compress, swoop up, down, up. That's what my expectation is. So that's what I'm looking at. Now, let's have a look at what levels exactly would be very, very valid to take a position for a perpetual trade. Now, on the basis of a perpetual trade, I would say that your highest confluence trade would be inside this gap here, because you've got liquidity lows. You've got this daily level is irrelevant. I'll remove that. I wouldn't class that as relevant right now. Borderline touching it. You've got a daily down here, and you've also got a Fibonacci pull. You've got a Fibonacci pull here. So it's very, very confluence heavy. Now, breaking it to the downside and then just destroying all the liquidity, that makes sense just for this bit. But in terms of going any lower than that, does that make sense? Let's have a look. So we do have levels at 81, 73, but that's starting to get real low right now. So 81 and 73, you're looking at here, and then 73 is all the way down here at this wick. So I don't think that's my expectation here right now, but we'll always reassess. So for example, when we get to this level, if we show major weakness, I will not enter the trade in terms of perpetual trade. And then if I'm seeing major weaknesses, we come down here, retest this and start rejecting with bad order flow, then I'll probably start more leaning to close out my spot. And then the final closure will be down here if the trade doesn't go as planned. I do expect it to go as planned, but obviously you have to be prepared for it doesn't. So highlighting again what I'm expecting and what I'm looking at. The level to be taking along would be from this level right here. Your invalidation would be somewhere around here, and I would be targeting to this high beyond and beyond. So your risk to reward would be 2.99 on this specific pull, right? I wouldn't look to long this personally. I think that's already sort of invalidating this move. If we look at a volume profile pull, you wouldn't want to see us deviate much further out of the value area low, because then it really puts up this as your next magnet coming into here, and you don't want to hit that, because that's just after hitting a monthly, the context is different. So this is the level to be looking at for a long, and I hope that makes sense. Okay, so highlight that level, guys. So you're coming in around $85,000, 86. In terms of a resistance key levels, I'm looking at, one is going to be coming in here. Yeah, so that's good. That's coming at this high. It's around 80. Yep. So I was speaking about this too. So we have our swing level here. I'll make it red so we can get a highlight. This is a swing high of this little pull, and it's coinciding very nicely with this VWAP. So if we find our low here, and then we push up to there, that's a nice level of resistance to be looking at. Assuming we break out of the range that we've caused, which is this, right? This is the range low, range high. When you're ranging for this long, you'd expect it to at least break this and at least take this higher and then reject. This is definitely a level of resistance, but it shouldn't be the strongest. So the two levels of strong resistance are going to be this high and this convergence level that's coming in here. This is going to smoothen itself out, and it's going to be about a rough level there. So I'm going to highlight that on a more clear basis for everyone. You're looking at this like this and just like this. So hope that's clear. You guys can leave out knowing some levels I'm looking at and what I'm expecting. So if I were to draw out what I'm expecting, don't quote me on it, but in terms of a trade basis, obviously I'm leaning more bullish. So depending on how we get there, I think there's two ways. I think it goes down, takes out the lows and goes up and trades up, or we just rock it up from here right now. But I want to see option 2 take place, and option 2 will give me the headlight to also if we're very bearish, because if we're very bearish, then we lose this level and flip it down, and then I'm going to be reevaluating the plan, okay? Other than that, this channel is about transparency for me. I'm not here to lie to you or keep secrets or anything. If you're looking to trade with me, get on Bybit, hop on the exchanges, let's get trading. I'm heading to Dubai soon, so I might do a vlog for that. If you guys are interested, comment down below if you're interested. Without further ado, guys, catch you guys in the next update. And for now, have a great day trading. Happy New Year, and we're gonna stay locked in. We're not gonna stop until we get what we want. All right, guys, stay hungry. I'll catch you guys later.